I'm Latina. Hey, why is there so many people on the court, bro? What the fuck? Hey, somebody tell me if is I'm the only person that see multiple people on the court. Fuck. Don't think about it too much. How the hell he get a bazooka? Huh? For real? Yeah. Alright. I'll look.
It's the two-game show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. All right, guys, topic of the day. There was a stat that came out that was really interesting. Until last season, every NBA Finals in the last 15 years included either Duncan, Kobe, or Wade. Kenny, do you think Wade's impact on the NBA has gone underrated?
I think it has. I would say that I can't name 3 two guards in the history of the game that have a better career than him. I don't think I can name more than 3. Jerry West, Michael Jordan. That's about it. I'm not sure.
You know, above all else, Wade has one title.
Kobe.
He's done it in a number of roles with a number of rosters. He's a unique player, and over the last decade and a half, I have to agree with you, Ken.
But those are the 3.
Yeah,
Kobe,
I agree with you.
Kobe, Jordan, and West. Everyone else can't say they had a better career. Maybe it's equal, but not better.
That's a good one to consider, good one to chew on. Time now for tip-off. We send it over to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We're in a place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. We're all set to bring you NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan.
It's a nice clean game, huh?
So Cleveland will get the first possession. All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the center position. And it's good off the back rim and in. Thompson's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Cavs. Dragic dishes to Wade. Whiteside, a screen on Smith. Wade kicks to Bosh. The shot's good on the assist by Wade.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Now here's Love. Bosh with some nice D.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Bosh hits the pick for Wade. Clock at 6. Baseline J on the way. That's good on the jump shot. Wade's got his first points in this one. But as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to it.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shot.
That free throw good from Thompson. For J.R. Smith, playing alongside LeBron and Kyrie last season, he knew he had a chance for a ring. You know, Clark, he played like it most of the time.
He sure did. I mean, instead of having to create offense, the offense was created for him, served up perfectly for him, and all he had to do was knock down open jumpers, and as a result, his shooting percentages rose after the trade.
And so Thompson nails both of them.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
Now here's Johnson. Right side a screen. Dragic with a wide open look. That three off the mark. You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team. And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's LeBron. Thompson passes to Fry. Out left to the wing. Now here's Shumpert. Thompson, a screen on Wade. Pass to Fry. Tries again. That's good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Cavaliers lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Just the way they've been able to pound that backboard. I think that's been the difference.
Establishment of a good low post presence, a big part of the success.
Miami trailing. On the court for Cleveland. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. Kyrie Irving is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Smith in at the small forward position. Stoudemire dishes to Richardson. Shot is no good. And Cleveland the other way now. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Dellavedova. Irving's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Cavs. A lot's been made of the Heat fans in the past for walking out during the finals game where they looked to be out of it. But credit, the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I would have walked out as well because I thought it was over. But with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon. But you know what? They stayed with it. So although the weather is fair, the fans are not.
Oh, well said.
Thank you.
Dellavedova kicks to Love. No coverage that time.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Dragic kicks to Bosh. Cavaliers with the rebound.
And, you know, for the Heat, despite the struggles, they still sold out every game here last season. They were among the top teams in the league in total attendance.
Richardson with it, guarded now by Kevin Love. Dragic against Irving. Dragic kicks to Richardson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up, high post. Again, the miss by the Heat.
And really, they showed up in force, even as the Heat fell to the back of the pack. The Heat only 20-21 last year at American Airlines Arena, but the fans love them all the same.
Miami shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
The first free throw is good.
And now one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Johnson comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Richardson. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
First trip to the line for him here. And that one falls for... Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
Good. Thompson's got 6.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Outside Dragic. Back to Whiteside. Miami no good on that time either. LeBron outside. Fry, that's for 2. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Dragic from outside. And we've reached halftime in this one. Cavaliers on top, up by 8. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, I've got Coach Eric Spoelstra here with me. And, Coach, what are the things you're seeing so far in this game that you'd like to change going forward?
It starts with getting some stops. We've got to play off some misses, and we can't let them force us into 1 or 0 pass possessions. We've got to move the ball around the half court, help each other with that, but we'd like to get some more in the open.
Eric, thank you so much. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They had some very nice stretches of play in the second quarter at both ends of the floor and got out to a well-deserved 8-point lead by halftime. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, in terms of running a smooth, efficient offense, they've been as good as it gets. The looks they've created have been high percentage. The ball is moving, guys are rotating. That's what got them those good looks, Ernie. This is the reason they got that nice lead.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Miami?
They need to make major adjustments on the offense. Whatever their game plan was going into this game, scrap it. It's not been effective. The shots they were taking were not good shots. They need to find a way to spring guys open where they can shoot a better percentage.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Nice game. Great performance by Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
And I tell you what, that allowed him to get his team several multiple shot opportunities. His work on the offensive glass has been invaluable.
The Heat trail by 8. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
The big men are Bosh and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. And it's Dragic in at the 1. That's the group on the 4 for Miami. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Bosh. Love with the screen on Dragic. Irving attacking, and it's Kevin Love with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Richardson, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Dellavedova's checked in. Heat shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. Richardson the pass to Bosh. Right side, high post. Heat moving the ball around. Wade dishes to Bosh. 13 feet away. Miami no good on that time either.
You know, Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
Right side, Dang. And he banks in the layup. Dang's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Screen by Smith. 1:15 left in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Thompson.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
A different look for Miami. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Chris Bosh. And Winslow subbed in for Luol Deng. Channing Frye's checked in for the Cavaliers. Mon Shumpert has come in for J.R. Smith. And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time. A drive by Wade. He dishes it to Johnson. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders in the NBA. And Clark, that's high praise from the King.
No doubt. I mean, Thompson is an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, then you're talking about a very, very valuable player.
Good point. They set the pick. 19 seconds left to play in the third. There's Winslow. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Now James. The shot. Offline. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Cavaliers lead by 2. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Again, as we get set for the fourth quarter, a terrific game so far. Cavaliers leading, and Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov, and it's Irving in at the point.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Dragic kicks to Dang. And it's Dragic off the drive, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Here's Irving, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And the Cavaliers lead by 4.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He's going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one. Way to stand his ground. He set his feet and took the full force of that charge right in the middle of his chest. That took some courage.
.60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Smith outside.
Inside 2 minutes.
He feeds it to LeBron. It's a pick by Love. LeBron sets the screen for Irving. Wade against Smith. 5 on the clock. There's Mozgov. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He told the squad, now is the time when we turn it on and leave them in the rear view mirror. It won't be easy, but guys, I know we can put them away. Let's see if they can deliver, Kevin.
Wade passes to Dragic. Inside. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Mozgov.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team. That's why they're ahead.
Mozgov, a screen on Wade. James dishes to Mozgov. Well, wide open look for Love. Sinks the three-pointer. And now a 9-point Cleveland lead.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. 1:21 left to play here in the fourth. The dish to Irving. Fires from the corner. James, no good.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Whiteside gets the drive. Smith with some nice D. Clark, they're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just play smart right here, Kevin, this game's pretty much over.
It's a pick by Love. Irving passes to Thompson. The feed to LeBron. Shot clock at 5. Thompson, a screen on Bosch. From deep three-point range. Pass to LeBron. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. With the clock winding down.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
And so it's Cleveland winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. Tristan, what was Coach's focus for this team coming into tonight's game?
Coach got after us, told us to start, we got to play defense. Just can't come in here and just let them make a score opportunity. We got to play defense and get back.
Tristan, thank you. Kevin, sometimes you've just got to light the fire.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Tristan Thompson. He was the steady and reliable hand throughout the game tonight, stepping into more of a leadership role in this performance tonight.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena. Looking at the Thunder, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. The Hornets don't have a lot of three-point threats, and subsequently last season didn't really punish teams from deep. Kenny, you think this team can go deep in the playoffs without having a strong game from the outside?
I don't know, Ernie, because it's very hard to succeed in the NBA without any sharpshooters. Think about this, Ernie. The final 5 teams in the playoffs last year were the 5 teams that took the most threes.
Exactly.
Charlotte was dead last in the league last year in three-point percentage, 31.8%, and they showed up in the standings. Reminded of myself on the free throw line. They stink.
Well, it wasn't that bad.
You were good in the clutch. You were good in the clutch, though.
It was bad.
They were not good in the clutch. You were.
That's my point.
It was very nice of you to have his back.
I'm just keeping it right, not real.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan, who always does both of those things.
Thunderstorms come with the territory here in the Sooner State. We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Hornets come into town. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
So the Hornets win the tip. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Kidd, Gilchrist, and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in at the center position. Now here's Walker. The 3 ball. And he gets the bucket. Walker's got his first 3 points of the game.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
Outside, Batum. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And guys, Nicholas Batum is a real greyhound on the floor. The guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clarkie, he covers a lot of ground.
Extremely active at both ends of the court, Kevin. Great versatility. He can defend 3 positions, and he's played big minutes for the Blazers.
The free throw drops for Batum.
And guys, now the NBA has what's called player tracking. I mean, they can show how much ground a player can cover over the course of a season. And Nicholas Batum, always amongst the leaders. 2 seasons ago, he was number 1.
And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum.
And Batum with that slender build, you know, you like his height and length. But he can get pushed around at times. I think he can still stand to add some strength.
Here's Roberson. Durant attacking. Here's Ibaka. Williams with the block. Walker against Westbrook. Left side Walker. Outside Kidd Gilchrist. For the 3. Walker's shot is off. It's been a slow start here for Oklahoma City. It's a 5-point game. Count that one.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside Williams. Floats one. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Williams has got his first points of the game. Now go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Steve Clifford.
I asked him what he thought would be the key for them, and he told me dealing with the penetration of Russell Westbrook. He's one of the most explosive athletes in the game. We've got to send him to help and rotate early to deny him finishes at the rim. Guys, that's never easy.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Now here's Kidd Gilchrist, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Batum wide open, he fires. From outside, off the mark. The Thunder have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level. And Greg, it's hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself.
Cantor checked in for Oklahoma City. Dion Waiters comes in for Andre Robertson. Durant nails both of them.
You know, talking about Durant as he looks to recapture the league MVP, he can take a cue from last year's MVP, Stephen Curry. Curry battled through numerous ankle injuries over the years earlier on, only to come out on the other side with his best season ever in 2K15.
Here's Westbrook after Jeremy Lin's bucket. Waiters on the wing, outside Westbrook. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Here's Jefferson, and it's blocked. Westbrook with it. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Hornets lead by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. As we get the second quarter going back here, what stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
Thunder trailing by 3.
And for long stretches of the season, the Thunder, they had a short bench early on due to injury and just having a short rotation. They did change things up, though, as they went through that regular season.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Williams down low with Jefferson. Jeremy Lin is out there with Lee. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3. Here's Kid Gilchrist following the score by Serge Ibaka. And a wide open look for Lin. The three-pointer is right on target. Lin's got 5 points so far. Well, for the Thunder, Greg, you're talking about, they did have to go to their bench more and more. And Clark, as the season wore on, their bench players are playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah, actually, they ended up in the top 10 in bench minutes played. The trades they made at the deadline helped bring depth to the team, and they took advantage of it.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. It's Jefferson high post. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
They get it back. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Here's Lynn. That's good from Jefferson on the assist by Lynn. Jefferson's got his first bucket of the night.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Durant comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Andre Robertson in for Russell Westbrook. Charlotte also making some changes. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Batum comes in for Lee. And it's Kemba Walker in for Jeremy Lin. A minute 20 left to play here in the half. Kid Gilchrist against Waiters. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist.
And you look at Michael Kidd Gilchrist, and he has every tool you want in an elite defender. His speed, length, and instincts are incredible. And couple that with next-level athleticism.
Now here's Durant, following the miss by Kemba Walker. Durant kicks to Adams. Here's Waiters. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Hornets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Pass to Williams. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Williams. Walker with a clean look. And it's Walker again missing.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Foy, the pass to Adams. Misses from short range.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans. That's outstanding hang-time improvisation right there.
Durant against Williams. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Durant.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Charlotte up 2. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first, as they're now ahead by 2 points at the half. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, just a great offensive performance tonight. The play calling, the passing, the shooting, it was all working. They forced the defense to stretch itself thin, trying to figure out who to cover. And that created a lot of room for the shooters and spot-up jumpers.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
Well, that's all for now, as it looks like the second half is just about ready to get started. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Jeremy Lin really making a difference here.
But really, the numbers aren't gaudy. They don't stick out, but his energy and impact does.
That's right. Sometimes the stats are facade. He's passing the eye test with his impact on the floor, though.
Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33-49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
6 to shoot. And Durant, here we go. And that misses. That would have put him up. And for the Hornets, they're shooting 43% from the floor. Williams sets a screen for Walker. Batum for 3. Offensive rebound. The Thunder shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Outside Westbrook. Passes it to Durant. Back to Westbrook. For the lead, he kicks to Robertson. Taken away by Williams. Batum dishes to Walker. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And again, the Hornets missing.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years. Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
And it's blocked by Adams. They recover it. A nice shot by Zeller. For the Thunder, Cantor checked in for Steven Adams. Dion Waiters comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Andre Robertson. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half.
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years.
The Thunder have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. It really had been mostly a cordial relationship between Durant and the media up until last season. And then at the All-Star break, I mean, he had some biting remarks.
There's a good screen. And here's Westbrook from the arc. That one goes. Count. Westbrook's got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Jefferson. And slam dunk by Lamb.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Here's Westbrook.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And that's a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But, Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that you know, just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. The fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Hornets trail by 4, setting the 4 for the Hornets. Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Kemba Walker is out there with Batum, and it's Lamb in at the 3 spot. Fires for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time for Walker. Walker's got 3 assists in the game. Outside Westbrook. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
A nice quarter for Westbrook. He's got 11 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Thunder.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on them.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. Williams, he's checked in for the Hornets. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Jeremy Lamb. Good on the second free throw.
Well, they should be looking at a 3-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
Outside, Walker. To the paint, outside for Batum. It's hauled in by Adams.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Zeller, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus. Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well.
oGuccio.